Israeli strike on a residential area in Damascus, Syria. At least 7 civilians have been killed in an Israeli airstrike on a residential building in the Syrian capital of Damascus, the country's defense ministry said. Women and children were among those killed, and 20 people were also injured in the Israeli aggression in the Syria Damascus district, the ministry said in a statement on Sunday. Video footage on social media showed the aftermath of the airstrike in a crowded neighborhood in South Damascus. Some reports have put the number of fatalities at 9. It was the second such attack by Israel in less than a week. On Saturday, Israel's military carried out airstrikes on several military positions in northern Syria, including Aleppo and Idlib. Israeli warplanes launch air raids on Aleppo, Idlib. Israeli warplanes have carried out airstrikes on the Syrian provinces of Aleppo and Idlib. Israel has carried out hundreds of strikes in Syria since the outbreak of the Western-backed war in 2011. Syrian authorities have repeatedly called on the United Nations to hold the Tel Aviv regime accountable for targeting civilian areas in the country. Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian says he is confident that an extraordinary meeting of the Organization of Islamic Cooperation, OIC, and Arab League will yield effective and tangible outcomes in halting the Israeli regime's aggression in Gaza and Lebanon. Pezeshkian made the remark in a phone conversation with Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman on Sunday as Riyadh is expected to host Arab and Muslim leaders for a summit scheduled for Monday that will focus on Israel's wars in Gaza and Lebanon. The joint OIC Arab League summit is scheduled to discuss the continued Israeli genocidal war in Gaza and its aggression on Lebanon as well as the current developments in the region. I have no doubt that this summit will have effective and tangible results leading to the cessation of the Zionist regime's crimes and the war and bloodshed in Gaza and Lebanon. Thousands of people take to the streets of the Irish capital, Dublin, demanding EU sanctions on Israel over its ongoing genocide in Gaza. Participants are furious that the West continues to supply deadly weapons that are being used to flatten Gaza and Lebanon. Jerome Hughes reports from the Irish capital. The Irish have always been special people. They stand for truth and justice. They follow the true scriptures. And unlike other white people in the rest of continental Europe, they've never been racist or prejudiced towards others. Perhaps it is for these noble reasons that the British Devils and others persecuted them for centuries and still occupy and own their legitimate rights and land. Countries in the UN needs to vote on genocide and sanctions against Israel. Once those votes passed, ICC immediately must take action to bring those criminals who ordered genocide to justice. There is no doubt majority will vote against criminal act of Israeli leaders.